Alright, we're back. So today we are going to discuss about cosmology. So let's get this over with. So today we are going to discuss the laws of cosmology, and we are going to discuss more things. So today we are going to discuss about cosmology. Sorry, I kind of messed up since I just woke up this earlier. Since after all, I promised to make videos every morning. Every morning basically. So anyway, let's begin. So the laws of cosmology are laws that apply to cosmologies as a whole or to the designs of or cosmologies as a creative activity as it is done on this wiki. These are not intended to be laws in the sense of legislation that forces people to act in a certain way. Instead, they are laws in the sense that they describe the way things are. The current laws that have been defined are the following. The law of cosmological subjectivity. This law just states that there is no single common cosmology. Cosmologies are subjective, and therefore any can exist or all can exist at the same time. This is also just another way of saying, be nice and let everybody else have their own fun. Yeah. Also, when I read this, when my brain think about it, my brain think about infinite timelines just sprouting. So you see, within a fifth dimensional or a sixth dimensional space, since a fifth dimensional being has the ability to travel to any parallel universes, and a sixth dimensional being has the ability to travel through time in each of those infinite parallel universes, I got that, and so on and so forth. And also, I got that from Science File. If you're wondering, check out his video out, and also subscribe, since he's a very cool AI. And yes, he's an AI, I guess. Maybe. I'm going to bring up an example. Like, you know Webcam Parrot? Well, if some of you didn't, he's just basically a person who just researches about DC and sometimes Marvel, or just, Image Comics. So anyway, I found one of his videos called Mr. Mixius Pidlick. I'm going to talk about another thing about Webcam Parrot for a while, so be ready anyways. So you see, when I saw his video about Mr. Mixius Pidlick, I was like, oh look, another fifth dimensional being. And he started off the video as saying that a being more powerful than the Lord of Apocalypse. And I was like, what? The Lord of Apocalypse is universal. How can that? Oh. You see, at first I thought it did make sense, but after a while, or a day or so, I realized of what he meant is that Mr. Mix's Spirit came from the fifth realm of creation, in DC at least. I'm just trying to make it all. I'm just trying to make sense of it in my brain. So you see, the blade is an infinite dimensional realm, and it also explains about the bleed. It's an infinite dimensional realm. I'm not trying to stole his research or something. I'm just trying to give it an example of what TC's complexities are. Like, they're just, the bleed is an infinite dimensional realm. The God Sphere is universal, and Mr. Mixius Pidlick's realm is the fifth realm of creation, of imagination, to where it recreated the source, and also all of creation itself in one Animal Man comic. So yeah, Mr. Mixius Pidlick is that powerful, and the DC's creation or the DC multiverse is shaped in all of these 11 to 12 realms of creation, basically. So yeah, that's how complex DC is. But there's a lot more, but I'm not gonna cover it here, since that would just be stealing his research. Also, I'm not trying to steal his research, by the way. I'm just trying to give it an example. So yeah, here it is. So, Law of Box Equivalency. This law states that no matter how hard one tries to create a new structure that is above the box, one will just end up with a structure that is just equivalent to it. So it's like saying that if you're trying to create a cosmological structure or something outside of the box, it will just be similar to the box. You try to create something bigger than the box, and it just end up being like the box. So yeah. So the only thing that can define or just break this law of box equivalency are omnipotent beings, since they're just omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. That makes sense. If that makes sense, well, yeah, it makes sense. And as above, so below. This law states that whatever is defined to exist at a certain level in the cosmology could also be as easily defined to exist at any other level, above or below at first one. This is also just another way of saying there is no need to repeat all the same examples for every level of cosmology. So, yeah. So it's like, so I'm just going to bring up an example to see if it's wrong or not. So, a universe is a universe is a cosmological structure, and above it is a multiverse. A multiverse is defined to infinite universes, and therefore is defined. It's just a collection of universes, basically. So a multiverse is a collection of universes, a megaverse is a collection of multiverses, etc. You know what I mean. So, alright, so that's it. That's it for the laws of cosmology. And so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we're back, and today we are going to discuss about the cosmological hierarchy. Yeah. Okay, so cosmology tier. This is the cosmology tier page. Here we rank the highest and the lowest verses and other similar structures. Multiple possible cosmologies exist thanks to the law of cosmological subjectivity. Yes. Each one has its own section. Below. Like like a multiverse has infinite universes, and a megaverse has infinite multiverses, etc. So anybody who is authorized or is an administrator get their own official section on this page. Other than that, users can feel free to create their own blog posts. Seconds soups increasingly messy cosmology. So I don't know what this is. Maybe the cosmology is beginning to be messed up or something. Alright, so anyway, today we are going to discuss, well, these things. So, we'll start from the top. So, let's start from the top. So, I'm going to remake my own cosmological structures with my own fictional versus cosmology with these things, since I think my verse is the only thing that that verse mentions wiki's cosmological structures apply, I guess. But I think my verses is not the only one, since it's you see, DC has its own megaverse or metaverse in a sense. So I don't know. Basically, maybe I'm the only one, or there's multiple. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. But I can't, since I'm in restricted mode. So yeah. Alright. Anyway, enough with that. Let's discuss about this. Alright. So we got. Okay, here we go. So, the box, self-containing recursive extra logical concept that defeats most half-baked attempts to surpass it, essentially defined as containing all the things may or may not be the highest, meaningfully, arguably cosmological element to be determined. Ab field, that which the schema field does not encompasses in a vague sense, contains the objects that cannot be reached through information patterns and set theories at all. Contains multiple schema fields, higher ultimata, surpassing hierarchies, and infinitely weirder things. Yeah. And the schema field is sort of operation space dominant over generalization in the first place. Generalization from prism gates and such is one way to try to climb it, but arbitrary portion of it are sealed off to typically set theories and such. Limit of prism gate recursion falls somewhere up here thanks to the repeated abstraction over ultimata and their definition. Metempric space, extra cosmological zone, not part of an arca, no extent or no meaningful properties, nada. Altacra, self-contained mini boxes holding various cosmologies different than those seen below. The barrelplex. Yeah, so this one is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. So, anyway, so the barrelplex. This wiki's local Altacra containing the structure seen below, including the barrel and its contents. The soup count enumerates all the higher verses past this point, with the various old ordinals being rethought or reworked. Transcendental. Mapped to level double omega plus 3, a form of higher order non-space holding beyond bubbles, also formed bubbles of its own. Beyond. Mapped to level omega plus 2, a form of higher order non-space holding monocosms warped into bubbles contained within larger structures. Yeah. Also monocosm mapped to level omega plus 1, a self-contained pocket of outside holding some quantity of large-scale versus the barrel. The local monocosm used for most of the work on the wiki, unless otherwise specified, contains an omniverse to Godverse and the outside in between them. The outside, the extra-dimensional non-space forming the region within the barrel, disconnected from the verses below. Godverse. These two structures orbit the omniverse. One houses the creator and the other destroyer. Anyway, so the omniverse mapped to level omega. First load verse, limit arc verse, infinitely high up in the arc verse chain, and is really more of a direction one approaches by counting, like ordinal omega. Arc verse, infinite group of verses below, you can start counting them at one universe and then start going up from there. Megaverse, infinite group of multiverses and specialized multiverse. This is like a paraverse. Multiverse, large finite or infinite groups of universes and pocket universes plus weird specialized ones. Past this, you probably have a good handle on the rest. So, okay, so we got this. And there's also nothing. Also, this is kind of glitched out. And we're starting this all over again. Well, except for these ones. You already know lots of these. So, I'm going to discuss the universe. Sorry if I didn't discuss all of them. It's because we are actually spending too much time on this, so I'm just going to make this quick. So, universe, a hypercosmic bubble of an indefinite size containing several hyper-intergalactic structures. Some universes can expand, some don't. Some universes don't even have the opportunity to be born at all. Supercluster contains tens of thousands of galaxies. Supergalaxy. End state of a supercluster when every galaxy in that supercluster has coalesced into one. Galaxy cluster contains hundreds of galaxies. Galaxy group contains dozens of galaxies. Galaxy can contain up to 100 billion solar systems. Solar system structure with at least 3 planets and one possibly habitable planet orbiting a large interstellar mass, usually a star, can be a black hole. Well, actually, yeah, I guess. And we got this again, a more simpler version. And we got this twins, I guess. Holomagus twin cosmology. Unthinkable reality, the box, and everything paradox space, and blah blah blah. Reality, and then small person. Yeah, these are common things. Subphysical, virtual particles, quantum, subreal, paradox quantum, subunreal, unthinkable quantum. Yeah. So it's called decoding cosmology. Oh wow, there's lots of these to discuss. Like there is a lot. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, like there is a lot of these, and you still have a lot of these. Wow, so there's so many guys. Like, wow, this is so many. To be honest with you, I don't have time to discuss all of them since we would be here for a while. And yeah, anyway, I think we reached the end of this. Sorry, we have to make this quick, is because I don't want to waste my time just recording this video. Alright guys, anyway, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, and peace out.